WDW Radio, your information station.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to WDW Radio Live and the WDW Newscast, a live interactive discussion forum where we talk about this week's Walt Disney World news. Today is Wednesday, October 17th, 2012. I am Lou Mangello from WDWRadio.com, trying to give you a little bit of Disney magic wherever and whenever you are with not only this live newscast, but the WDW Radio audio podcast, videos, blog, live events, books, CDs, apps, events, and lots more. You can find it all over at WDWRadio.com. So let's get into this week's Walt Disney World news. I'm really interested to hear from those of you who are watching and listening online, because on the Disney Parks blog today, or if you were watching TV this morning, they let us know, we as Disney fans, that they have 52 weeks of surprises in store at the Disney parks beginning in 2013. They talked about how it's going to be a momentous year, obviously, with the new Fantasyland going to be open in full swing coming this December, the largest expansion in Magic Kingdom park history, as well as the first full year of a completely reimagined Disney California Adventure Park. More importantly, what they announced on Good Morning America this morning was a new promotion called Limited Time Magic. On Good Morning America, they revealed a giant ice sculpture of Cinderella Castle and talked about some extra pixie-dusted experiences, as you would, over at Disneyland and Walt Disney World that are going to appear and then disappear when the next one debuts. That castle that you're looking at here is made of 45,000 pounds of ice. It was carved overnight. Will be out for a little while by the ABC Good Morning America stage there. And what this limited time magic program is going to be is a series of impromptu, sometimes surprise events like concerts, dance parties, special lighting, character meet and greets, new menus at some of the dining locations, merchandise items, and lots more, both at Walt Disney World and at Disneyland. Disney's going to use social media like Twitter, their own blog, their websites, and some other activities, I'm sure on their Facebook page as well, too, to let park visitors know what's happening. I'm sure we're also probably going to see things pushed, hopefully, to our mobile devices with Disney, like Mobile Magic and the other Disney apps as well, too. Guests are also going to have an opportunity to be an interactive part of what's going to be taking place. So they'll be able to vote on, for example, what characters they may want to see, maybe sent on scavenger hunts throughout the parks with hints to find out what's new and what's different. So to give you an idea of what's going to be happening, they're going to do things week by week. Every week is going to be something different, and they're also going to be themed depending on certain special events or times of year. So to give you an idea of what's going to happen starting in January, for example, there's going to be the True Love Week, obviously going to take place around Valentine's Day, where it's going to be really directed towards people who are down there on their honeymoon, celebrating lovebirds, as they say, where you're going to have the princes and the princesses join up to meet park guests in some special settings. They're also going to have some fixed price menus at select restaurants and special Valentine's Day collectibles offered during that week. Once that week is over, that experience goes away and it moves on to something else. In July, for example, around July 4th, it's going to be all about celebrating America with a 4th of July fireworks party that's not going to last 1 or 2 nights. It's going to last an entire week. Patriotic lighting is going to bathe the castles on both coasts. Mickey Mouse is going to be in his patriotic gear. There's going to be special USA shirts, ear hats, and other limited edition souvenirs. I know the merchandise people are already getting excited about this as I'm watching over in the chat room. Something else that's very, very interesting is going to be called Long Lost Friends Week, where lesser-known Disney characters are going to move sort of from the background into the spotlight and have meet and greets on both coasts. So you're going to start to be able to see and meet and take photos with characters like Flick from A Bug's Life, Clarabelle Cow, who you see sometimes in some of the parades, Remy, Tweedledee, Tweedledum, and this is where you're going to have a chance to vote on some of the characters that you might want to see come out. Some of maybe those more obscure characters that you might want to see come out in the parks. We'll see how many people actually go out and vote for both Dreamfinder and Orange Bird, because I'm sure we'll see a lot of those. Later in the year, why talk like a pirate for a single day when you can do it all week long? So they're going to have Pirate Week, where you're going to celebrate the adventures of Captain Jack Sparrow. There's going to be a bi-coastal Buccaneer Bash in both Disneyland and Walt Disney World. They have pirate bands, pirate meet and greets, pirate parties, maybe some pirate fireworks, and lots more. Something else that's very, very interesting, I'm curious to see this one, is the Dapper Dans sing the boy bands. The Dapper Dans, that quartet from Main Street, USA, is going to have a special finale to their shows, claiming the title of the original boy band. They're going to have a medley of hits from One Direction, I don't even know who they are, NSYNC, and Backstreet Boys. That's just me showing my age. Friday the 13th in September 2013 is going to be special, so they're going to unleash the villains. A lot of people excited for this. In Disneyland and Disney's Hollywood Studios, they're both going to stay open until the 13th hour, which is 1 a.m., and you're going to see characters like Maleficent, Captain Hook, Jafar, other Disney villains hosting a dance party. There's going to be limited edition collectibles and quote-unquote other nighttime mischief. One of the favorite ones, and I've seen a lot of people already comment over on the Disney Parks blog about this, is something that is going back to this sense of nostalgia, because the Golden Horseshoe Revue, this fabled show, is going to return to Disneyland for 1 month only. It's going to bring back all the corny jokes, all sort of the Wally Bogue isms, and some of the songs that go back to Walt Disney himself. So we don't have specific dates or a timetable. I think what we're going to see are some things rolled out on a surprise basis, but what you have to do is pay attention to the Disney Parks blog in the upcoming months in order to find out what's happening. You can also follow them on Twitter at Disney Parks, and by using the hashtag #LimitedTimeMagic. Obviously, too, the Disney Parks and Walt Disney World Facebook page is huge. A lot of activity on there as well, so I'd certainly expect to see more going on there as well, too. I was quickly watching over on the chat room. People seem to be very excited. I'd love for you guys to comment now and tell me what you think, because I was over on the Disney Parks blog, and the comments that I saw that guests were leaving there were, for the most part, completely positive. People like the ideas of these retro characters coming out, and they're already starting to sort of cast their unofficial votes by posting them on the blog. Some people were asking, both in the box here live and over on the Disney Parks blog, if there would be special events maybe for annual pass holders, DVC members, D23 members. But people are already starting to focus, I think, on ones they like the best. So those of you who are watching live, what are some of the events that we've heard so far? Some of these ones that are surrounding either special events or occasions or holidays. What are some of the things that you like most? I see people talking a lot about characters. You're asking already for a schedule, because obviously we like to plan, right? We like to know when these things are going to be happening. I think Golden Horseshoe is bringing up people asking about the Diamond Horseshoe over in Walt Disney World coming back. FYI says, I love the retro characters, want to see some Tailspin characters. Other people are saying pirates, Golden Horseshoe. I see a lot about villains and pirates in there. Villains is a big thing. We know years ago there was that rumor of a villains park. So I think a villains theme thing around Friday the 13th is going to be a lot of fun. And it's not going to be tied to an endurance race, which is even better. People are talking about Oswald, Orange Bird, other retro characters they like as well, too. But I also like a couple of things that I see as well, too. I like the fact that Disney is not just embracing, but how they're using social media here, not just using it to broadcast a message, but making it very, very interactive. This is what Twitter is supposed to be about, right? It's not about pushing out messages. It's about making it interactive. So if they do what they're saying they're going to do, where they're asking you for feedback, they're asking you what characters do you want to see, maybe what other kind of special events do you want to see, and paying attention to the response on social media, I think that's going to be very interesting to watch. I think it's continuing on how they have really helped to grow their brand and I think humanize their brand on social media. I like how they're mixing history with nostalgia, with merchandise, with special events, because it gives everybody a little something to latch onto. Some people are pin people. They're merchandise people. We saw Epcot's 30th, the lines for merchandise, while there were other people there who were there for the history. And I think this series of events, again, these 5 or 6 that they've already just started to talk about in general terms, I think really gives us an idea of the scope and the breadth of some of the things that they're going to do. And I think what it does too is no matter when you visit a Disney park, you know that there's going to be some kind of a special event there. You don't have to necessarily be there or schedule a trip around one of the quote-unquote big events, right? Whether it's food and wine, flower and garden, Star Wars weekends, there's always going to be some sort of a special event going on inside the parks. And the fact that some of them may be unsuspected surprises, I like the idea of not necessarily knowing what's coming next. Now, obviously, my opinion may be skewed because I'm local, so I have the ability to go maybe more than people who are going on vacation. But even just like the Year of a Million Dreams, not knowing what's coming, not knowing what surprises are in store, those unexpected little hidden treasures or things that they're going to roll out or do for you and us as guests is what excites me about this promotion. So some people are saying it reminds me a little bit of A Year of a Million Dreams. Some people are saying Cries and Wishes says I like the surprises, right? So I like the fact that there's surprises, you have a say, and we already have sort of a general skeleton of what may be coming. This idea of weekly special events is something that I think is very, very intriguing. Again, it's going to be interesting to watch how they use their blog, other social media tools, and the community as a whole, how they sort of respond with and to the community. Pin Trading Kitty says, the unexpected things are the magic of Disney. Unexpected magic is awesome. So other people are saying, I love that they are surprises. However, some people are saying, so Tony says, missing out on a once-in-a-lifetime special surprise may be a bummer, but the fact is that there is another one coming. The fact there's another one, so if you missed the villains party, you may be there for the pirate party, or you may be there for something that you don't even know what's coming. I think that's the added bonus. Nothing here seems to be an add-on experience. So we've heard nothing about anything be a hard ticket event. Excuse me. Nothing that is an added cost to you. So you're getting an additional value for no additional cost. People talking more about characters that they want to see. Professor Ludwig von Drake. So now people can get more excited about than just something like a single day, like the leap year day or a 40th anniversary or 30th anniversary celebration. Disney Geek Dad Stewart says, no matter when you go, there will be a surprise for you. I think that is really the crux of it. So by calling it a limited time magic, I almost sort of like the idea of, always a surprise ahead, always something special for you, no matter when you come within the year of 2013. So James Bray says, for visitors from the UK, it would be a shame to miss something great, but then, like you said, there's always going to be something new around the corner. Mac Attack 98 is asking about things like Marvel Week. Will they maybe incorporate Marvel or Pixar, some of these other brands in there? Maybe this is a chance to see something like ESPN The Week, or Super Soap Week, Star Wars Week. It's going to be very, very interesting how they roll. So Mickey Member says Kitchen Sink Week. I like how you think. But it's interesting, too. They talk about things like having special menus, having fixed price menus or special romantic menus, changes to some of the dining experiences. Crispy saying only Magic Kingdom, no. So we've already seen that something like the Villains Week, the Unleash the Villains Week, starting Friday, September 13th, is going to take place in Disneyland and over at Disney's Hollywood Studios as well, too. So they're not necessarily restricting it to the Magic Kingdom alone. They are talking about the entire Walt Disney World Resort. So that also begs the question, will we see things bleeding out into the resorts, to downtown Disney, to the boardwalk, to other venues as well, too? I think we're really just starting to get a very small taste of something that I think has very, very far-reaching possibilities about what it can be. So James Bray says, Disney always goes the extra mile and comes up with things that no one would ever think of. I think that's the beauty of the whole idea. Disney Buff, on the other hand, says, could it be too many special events? Then it won't be special. I think only if you come to the parks every single day, which none of us for the most part probably do. But the fact that even if you come twice a year, 3 times a year, every time you come, it's not Year of a Million Dreams. It's not Remember the Magic. It's going to be something new. So whatever you've seen once before, you'll have a chance to see something completely new again. So Jimmy Kenny says, is this a year or a Disney year, aka 18 months? They did talk about it being in 2013 as sort of this momentous year, to use their term. So I am assuming that it is going to be from January through December 31st. Again, we have no specific dates from Disney as yet. So people are talking about free food week, free admission week. You probably won't see things like that. But I think, again, you're talking about things geared towards, so imagine what the holidays are going to be like. Imagine what Halloween is going to be like. Imagine what some of these maybe smaller events throughout the years could be. You could tie it to the time of year. You can tie it to a theme. You can tie it to characters, a show, whatever it may be. I think there's a huge opportunity here for what Disney may be able to do. And I think the fact that they haven't given you a 52-week schedule is a positive thing for us as a guest, because they can adjust, they can adapt, they can see what works, they can obviously follow. I hope that they listen via Twitter, via the hashtags, to what we as guests are going to give them in terms of feedback, in terms of what we like and what we enjoy and what we want to see during this limited time magic. We have this ability to vote. We have an ability to be a decision maker in some of the things that we're going to see. I think that's very empowering to us as guests as well, too. I would love to hear more from you about what you think about this limited time magic. Please come by, comment either on our YouTube channel over at youtube.com/WDW Radio, or I'll post the video over at the blog over at WDWradio.com. Want to hear more about what you think. What are these events that you like best? Something maybe you'd like to see, or even start casting your votes on some of the characters you might want to see as well, too. A couple of quick reminders. Don't forget to join us every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern for WDWRadioLive.com, where you can be part of the conversation. Also, be sure and check out the website for the videos, the blogs, the audio podcast as well, too. Lots of ways to connect and be part of the show by visiting the WDWRadio.com/subscribe page. There you can subscribe to the show, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, whatever it may be. And I want to hear from you as well, too. If you have a comment about this, you can call the voicemail at 407-900-9391. That's 407-900-WDW1. Also, be sure check out our new Halloween contest. We've got charity auctions coming up, lots of things coming up for the cruise as well, too. Self-Shot Tuesdays. Come by, rate and review the show over on iTunes as well. Very much appreciated. Thank you again to everybody who is chatting live in the box. We'll stay on for a while longer. If you're catching this via iTunes or via the blog, please come by. Check us out every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you as one of the box people and get a chance to chat with you there. Again, thank you guys so much, very much for watching. I am Lou Mangello from WDWRadio.com. So until next time, have a great week, everybody. See ya.